people, Intra 2v2, Medean Jungle Mines, blue team. We have the TodesKnopf with a Warboss. I believe that means the death button. A melee hero that walks through objects, very good offense, disruption and support. From the front lines we have the Blood Axe's elite scheme with the caps that never fall off. Alongside Dishwasher is a plague champion, starts off in ranged combat with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but it's pretty slow. Red team, DarkAngel as a force commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support. The Blood Angel's elite scheme, we've got Caios23 with a Lord General rounded off the teams. Fights in ranged combat begins with a retinue of stormtroopers, really strong defense and support, can also add to the retinue, giving him more abilities and stuff. Just likes to order people around, the Lord General, likes them close. Tell them where to go. Warboss has gone south for the natural VP of the red team to decap it, because he's the boss. Shooter boys have got the wreck point too. And I think you're outnumbered here, DarkAngel. Where are your tactical marines? They are in the mid, capping that wreck point with their fancy faster capping, because they read the Codex Astartes. Initiates haven't yet. Chaos are pushing the north-ish. Orks, burners up pretty quick, you know. Bashing the power node. Warboss goes over to try and engage the tactical marines, I think. Battle cry has been used, so all of these guys have buff damage with those yellow buff circles, and it causes the force commander to do those special attacks every time he swings for 10 seconds. Going to kill the Warboss, I think, or maybe not. Did the special attack when he didn't want to there. Warboss actually gets away and got a good stomp along the way as well. Sluggers now in amongst the tactical marines, and they do have those power weapons thanks to the burners, a couple of them anyway. Took down one of them, maybe another. Maybe another. Sluggers are not the greatest chasers, but in their little charge mode they were doing okay. Got away with 2 models, perhaps lucky to do so. In fact, they were quite lucky to do so. Force Commander is still out there, chasing down some shooters, smacking them with his chainsword for the Emperor. Is he going to die on retreat? Those sluggers are there. Retreating units taking 30% more damage from melee, and down he goes. With some Daka for good measure too. Misjudged there by DarkAngel, and quite well judged by the death button, the TodesKnopf. I'm not sure how you meant to say it. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. Dishwasher with double CSM. Looks like the Northern VP was decapped by Caios23, or is it Caios23? At some point. Got double guardsman and a sentinel, nothing out of the ordinary there. Any war gear? Where's your power gone then? I guess it's gone on its ground pound for now. No gens up this side. We do have 2 over here though. Each player purchasing 1. Pain Boy on the way for their TodesKnopf, and in the north are loads of lasguns trying to kill some Chaos Space Marines. Only one of them has bothered to get into cover here, but they did alright-ish. Somehow didn't drop a model. 390 hit points on 3, and Blight Grenades up here for the Plague Champion. Big threat to the double guardsmen if they are blobbed up. Scouts with shotguns in play, going for that southern contested wreck point. Shotguns are a melee counter. Will help deal with the Warboss and those sluggers, and there's a big old stomp from the Sentinel. Knockback, stun, and a bit of damage. I think it's like 20 or 30 damage or something. It's not bad. Devastated Marines up for DarkAngel. Force Commander's back to his feet. Did you get revived? You must have got revived that I completely missed. Lord General came down here, got a chunk of XP for it. And here's your Pain Boy. Sub-Commander for Orks in Tier 1. Gets in there in melee combat, has a damage over time like poisoned weapon or something, and can also heal Orks with a pretty powerful, pretty potent heal over time Git Source ability. I don't know if they're meant to drink it or he like just throws it at them, and the glass breaks and the Git Source goes everywhere, and it just gets those Orks going. Got a heavy weapon squad up here for Caios23. Sentinel goes down though. Double Eternal War CSM. Oh boy, that was a good Black Grenade. Oh boy, that was a really good Black Grenade. What are you going to do now, Caios23? Only got a heavy weapon squad up. That was nasty. Oof indeed. That's what the Black Grenades can do if you're not careful. Pain Boy runs away. Slugger's getting a really good flank, and there is Use Your Choppers. That's a global buff from the Warboss. More melee damage and more melee skill, and down they go, and this is a really rough tier 1 for the red team. How are they going to come back from this? 478 to 434. Force Commander's pissed. Devastator's died. He just got him. Scouts do get away, and they have that 15 power shotgun upgrade, so they don't want to die. Tactical Marines now in melee with the Warboss. They are pretty decent in melee, as you may expect. But the Warboss, was that a stomp? I think that was a stomp. That wasn't a lucky special attack. And uses it to escape. Well judged again by their TodesKnopf, or however you say it. Slugger's got level 2 because of those devastator kills. Well done, fellas. He got grenade launchers for the Lord General, which for some reason make you move faster. Maybe he threatens to shoot you with them or something. Heretics are worshipping Nurgle in the mid, just leaking all sorts of wonderful Nurgle-y fluids while they do so, I'm sure. But also being shot by las guns. Here's another blight grenade. Looks like it was spotted this time and it didn't get caught. Don't really want to stand there though, I don't think. We've got Eternal War CSM here. Eternal War buffs their damage by 20% both in melee and ranged combat, and they're already pretty good at melee combat in tier 1. Certainly leagues better than the Guardsman squad, but a heavy bolter is in play to control that stuff. Plague Champion still fires at the normal rate under suppression, so he can actually stand in heavy cover and outshoot a heavy bolter and such. And Orks are looking for a flank here. Uh oh, what's the Plague Champion up to? Big misplay. Not sure what that was about, just walked towards them and went down. Oh, he tried to get in there for a nade. Well, misjudged. He can learn from that experience of walking towards a heavy bolter. Orks are bashing power. Red team going for a relatively quick tier 2, but it was actually Dishwasher who went first. In fact, their TodesKnopf, who has played well so far, is floating like absolute crazy in tier 1. Don't run into a setup team, says their TodesKnopf. Yep, decent advice. But you should also go tier 2 when you have 200 power. 212 power. This is Indrid level float when I play after not playing for 7 months or something. Warboss is now reviving. Still no tier 2 for that Warboss. 225 power. I don't think even I have floated that much before I go tier 2. For those that don't know, you need 125 power to go tier 2. There he goes. Actually, it seems like he purchased something before then as well. Was it War Gear? It was. Angry Bits. So yeah, that's a hell of a big float. It's got to go down as quite a big misplay from the Warboss player there. Because if these guys weren't so insanely far behind, Chaos losing so much stuff, that would have been quite brutal. There's the Pain Boy. So when the Pain Boy gets to tier 2, he gets unstable fuel injection for free, which explodes a friendly Ork to knock back and damage enemies. But look at this now. The Great Equalizer has arrived. The Thunderhammer Force Commander. Look at this army-wide disruption. Wrecking some sluggers there. Has been nerfed countless times throughout the history of this game. These days, it does significantly less damage than it did when you do the special attack. Those scouts just got daggered to death. So some sloppy play from DarkAngel did so well with the Thunderhammer, but then drops the scouts and kind of ruins that engagement for him. But yeah, they need a plan for this. A Weird Boy could stun him. I still think that Weird Boy stun is bonkers. Like that 7-second enemy-only AoE stun that he has. I mean, it does have like a minimum range and a maximum range. You need a little bit of practice to use it. You need to learn the timing of it and stuff. But I always dislike in a combat game when you have hard stuns that last that long. It feels kind of cheap. Here's a Blood Crusher from Dishwasher. 403 to 415. I mean, if it was just like a heavy movement reduction and a heavy damage reduction or something, but not been able to do anything aside from retreat, kind of sucks. I guess you can still move a little bit. We have double Mark of Nurgle CSM for Dishwasher, pumping out ludicrous amounts of anti-infantry damage, especially anti-heavy infantry. So DarkAngel's Marines and Stern Guard veterans here are not going to want to run into those guys and shoot them. Those Stern Guard with Hellfire rounds loaded in there. First company tactical Marines that can change their ammo to combat all targets. They have fancy looking bolters as well. If they weren't looking at a wall, we could see them. We've got like box magazines and scopes and stuff, which is pretty fun. Force Commander gets a sacred standard to buff all allied units nearby, while all allied infantry, there you go, non-commander infantry. I wonder if that counts sub-commanders. And Artificer armor as well on the way for some extra tankiness. Blue team are trying to push the advantage by getting the natural VP. It's only the Warboss though Is he going to charge in with Now I'm Angry? There it is. Oh, charges away. This does give him some health regen. Helps him escape. Was taking some damage over time from those acid rounds. But generally, if a enemy hero is out of cover and they're not retreating, you want to use the Kraken bolts for extra DPS. But hey, Hellfire does some work too. The damage over time does apply to heroes. Here's some Vengeance rounds to shoot the structures down. North, we have some sneaky Stormtroopers for Caios. And blue team really dropped the ball here in not pushing the power when they had such a big advantage. Caios had only a single unit. Did they ever bash? They must have bashed at some point. But they should have been locking it down. Especially with the Blood Crusher up. Blood Crusher hasn't made a move yet, I don't think. Should have been more aggressive, I think, at the start of Tier 2, the blue team. And the end of Tier 1 kind of time. Stone Guard veterans getting into some melee with Shooter Boys. But that's a Pain Boy there. Doing some work. Killing some Stone Guard. Stayed in there way too long. And wow, only one model escapes. Now the other Tactical Marines come in. They do have their Sergeant, who's pretty good in melee. And theirs And They Shall Know No Fear. Gives them damage resist. Also gives them a chance to knock back. I think it's 35% these days or something like that. It used to be 50%. I guess it was seen as too good of a melee counter. I don't think it needed to be nerfed, but there you go. You can't have nice things. Chaos Space Marines getting messed up by these Stormtroopers. They are out of range, or I think they're just not looking at them, maybe. Although this does give extra range, doesn't it? Yeah, 20% more range. They're probably out of range. Got messed up. Got the decap. Only dropped one model, I suppose. Here comes a Space Marine Dreadnought on the way for Dark Angels, but they have no requisition to reinforce their Marines. Oh, this one's getting a reinforcement. There you go. Where's the Force Commander himself? He's at base. Needs to get moving. He's full health. Blood Crusher messing up some poor guardsmen. This guy did get an autocannon, which is good versus all targets. With a small AoE, I believe. Double cap for the red team. Somehow. How is this happening? They have a triple cap. Blue team really messing up. Being way too timid in Tier 2. Don't expect that from Orks and Chaos. Chosen Plague Marines on the field now from Dishwasher. Unique to the Plague Champion. They're Plague Marines that have power melee, poisonous knives that also do damage over time. Very tough and explode on death as it expects from Plague Marines. They don't have a melee charge though. I don't think they have special attacks either. They're just there like as a wall to try and stop enemy melee squads doing their thing. Big lump of hit points that damages you over time. Also turn you into zombies as well. They're Nurgles. Right, there they are. They're cool fellas. Got plasma pistols and stuff. 262 to 356. There you go. Got a power bash. Warboss doesn't seem too interested in decapping though. Now he's taking shots. Unnecessary shots here. Big misplay again. Should have backed off. I'm not sure what's happened. The rest of the Orks left. Dreadnought now has an assault cannon. Their TodesKnopf in Tier 3. Commandos are just going to die though. Lost track of them there. We've got tank busters up. They're a pretty powerful anti-vehicle squad. Pain Boy may also go down. So lots of damage on retreat from the Hellfire and the Dreadnought. There it goes. Turns it around, Dark Angel. If they can control the tank busters, there's not a whole lot the Warboss can do about it. I guess he can go in there with his Power Claw. But fighting a Walker, even if it's got a ranged weapon, is painful in melee combat, you know. Plague Champion's got his Plague Fist. And of course those Blight Grenades, which you saw do so much work earlier on. Blood Crusher just charges his own stuff and he gets stuck on a wall. In time you start to keep a mental note of what things you can crush with a charging unit and stuff. It's not made clear, is it? It's just trial and error basically. There are 3 types of crush: light crush, medium crush, heavy crush. Oh. Force Commander's gone mental with his Thunderhammer. Warboss is trying to fight the Dreadnought, and that's right, he does have use your choppers to make that fight much more painful for the Dreadnought. Force Commander's chasing him, trying to get some disruption. Looks like he's going to get the kill. Is that enough? That hit? Oh, it wasn't enough. This one should be though, surely. There's the melee charge, there's the hit, and down goes the Dreadnought. Well done, Mr. Warboss. He might go down, but it was well worth it to kill a walker. Especially one with a... Is that 30 power, that upgrade? The assault cannon, I think? It's at least 25. Tier 3 now for Dishwasher. Caios23 already there. Has some Kashyyykin up, in fact. You see them there. Got their Sergeant. This gives them faster capping trait. Also gives them the grenade, doesn't it? Or do they start with grenades? I forget. Sniper Rifle Lord General. Fight on my target. Even more range for those Stormtroopers. And stabilizers for heal over time. That's painful. There used to be... I don't know if it was a bug or by design, but it used to be that this heal wasn't... It didn't do anything in combat. It only healed you out of combat. And that wasn't made clear. I don't know if they ever fixed that or if they just kept that. I think they changed it so that it always heals, but it doesn't heal as much. I'm talking like one of the early changes of Elite Mod. 219 to 299. A double cap for the red team. How are they doing this? DarkAngel has 2 units on the field. Stern Guard in melee with some shooter boys here. There's and they show no fear. Not sure why those shooter boys were kept in melee for so long. Just run away, fellas. It's not what you do. You're there for the DACA. Tank busters can't do much. Shooter boys can't do anything against double tack. Against Tax and Stern Guard, sorry. Red team have the mid. Blood Crusher's back out for some Blood Crusher fun. Level 3 Plague Champion. Stormtroopers being all sneaky like, and then they open up. Look at that. For a burst of damage. Painful. Got the cap though. Might want to run away, fellas. They might be focusing mid. Their TodesKnopf now with a Nob squad on the way. Warboss is still down though, and he was doing quite a lot of work, that fella. 158 to 299. They have 150 odd VP lead, the red team. Blue team have really kind of messed this up. There's a good black grenade. Power Plague Fist, 72 DPS, heavy melee. A lot of the greatness of this weapon though is that Pestilent Strike. 90% range damage reduction. It does affect enemies as well though, so you need to be careful where you use it. A great way to use them is just like to throw down the Pestilent Strike on your own ranged blob and then run in. Protect a ranged blob. You get a little bit of protection as you approach as well. Nob squad with their Nob leader on the way. There he is. Got over 1,000 hit points by himself, the Nob leader. He's ready to smack stuff with those heavy melee huge choppers. Chosen Plague Marines getting a cap. Can they get the 2-to-1? Some harassment from the Stormtroopers, but they were dealt with by the Plague Champion using his Pestilent Strike there. 1-to-1 cap. Tier 3 for DarkAngel's got tons of red. Oops. So we might see Assault Terminators pretty soon with Lightning Claws, which will tear through a Nob squad. Actually, very effectively. They will potentially have Warboss buffs though. But I'm pretty sure, in fact, I've tested this in the past, even if the Nob squad used their Frenzy and stuff, and that's when the Frenzy was full damage immunity, the Lightning Claw Terminators still tear them apart. I think you need leveled up Nobs to stand a chance against Lightning Claw Terminators. 135 to 283. Uh-oh, now they're fighting and they show no fear Stern Guard that can knock them over. Blood Crusher is helping. And of course, there's this guy that's knocking them over. They were dealt with relatively well there. Blood Crusher's having some fun though. And here's the Chosen Plague Marines. Slice them up for Nurgle. And that damage over time, I think it stacks indefinitely. Obviously it has a duration. But if they can all surround a single entity like a hero, they can really mess them up. Also, I think the damage over time is heavy melee damage over time. So they can really mess up a vehicle too. At least it used to be heavy melee, maybe they changed it. 135 to 240, double cap for the blue team. But not for long. North is being decapped. Got some regular Plague Marines too, of course, with their missile launcher. Are you going to cap the mid, guys? It's right there. There we go. Chosen Plague Marines. They've been chosen to do it. Level 2. Up to 2420 hit points. Awesome. They are not heavy infantry, though. Like the regular Plague Marines, they have regular infantry armor to make up for it with Tons of health and good health regen. Chaos Predator on the way for Dishwasher. Leman Russ is up though for Caios23. And if you want a tank, this is the one you want. 1200 hit points. They are quite expensive though. Not sure why these guys are worshipping here. Surely get back a bit. You don't want to like stay idle all bunched up like this if you can help it. Meanwhile in the north, Chaos Space Marines really bunched up there somehow, and they're gonna die. Down they go, completely forgotten about by Dishwasher, I think. It was a really weird positioning on those guys. The Stormtroopers done a fantastic job for Caios23. Single cap here. Nob squad have been reinforced. Tons of red for TodesKnopf to use on their frenzy and stuff. That's a bunker dropped in. I wonder if that Leman Russ was dropped in as well, or if it was purchased. Oh, they didn't get assault terminators, really. It's a Cyclone Missile Launcher Terminator squad. And I can't think of many situations where I would choose regular Terminators over assault Terminators. Even if there's vehicles, the Thunderhammers and Storm Shields are awesome. Yes, the Cyclone Missile Launcher is also awesome. But it's an ability, you need to hit, you know. Assault Terminators are just amazing. Many cases have been made over the course of the game and Elite Mod and stuff that the Assault Terminator should be available to all of the Space Marine heroes. Especially since Chaos got their Terminators and every hero can get them, and it can get lightning claws on those guys and stuff. But I really love when heroes have unique units attached to them. A lot of people wanted those Chaos Terminators to have, oh wow, big exploding Plague Marines there. A lot of people wanted the Chaos Terminators to be unique to each hero, like Mark of Terminators, Mark of Nurgle Terminators, etc. Which would be awesome. That's what I want too, but you know, there's smarter people implementing the units for specific reasons, not because it's cool. Leman Russ, under threat by a Blood Crusher, not something you see often. There's a creeping barrage to force those Orks to push back. Oh, they got it! The tank busters, well played there, TodesKnopf, but they had a rough engagement over here. All the shooters be dead. Plague Marines also died. Those were the chosen Plague Marines of Dishwasher as well, while I was rabbiting on. Red team have 3 unit seats. Looks like Dishwasher is doing well. Needs to spend some resources though, buddy. What are you waiting for? You can literally get anything. I guess you can't get a Land Raider Phobos yet. I'm not sure what was said in chat there. I often don't see the chat. If people are wondering why I don't address what goes on there. There's a lot of things for me to look at. Sometimes I'll see it. 1-to-1 cap here. 76 to 193. Force One has done well, you know. Level 8 this guy. Nob squad going after him. That's a good grenade. Disruption and good damage there. Warboss is on his feet though. Saw him get revived earlier. And he's level 6 and he's pissed. Heavy armor is in play. Plus 900 hit points and some health regen. It's mental. Terminators trying to use their power fists, are they? What are they doing? They're teleporting away is what they're doing. Here's the Cyclone Missile Launcher, and that is a rear-facing tank. Look at that damage. Almost got it. Almost got it. Now they're being chased, though, by Nobs and a Warboss, and they've already used their teleport. Really good grenade again by Caios23. That was from the Kashyyykin that time. I assume all the frag grenades in the game are the same. I'm not sure, though. The Stormtroopers ones and the Kashyyykin one and the Scout one. The Inquisitorial Stormtroopers have a different grenade. I know that. We got some Lightning Claw Chaos Terminators now, and they will tear apart everything that the red team have on the field. If they can get into melee combat, that is. Lord General still has his Commissar retinue fella that can make the fancy shield for him. In retail, that used to be like a 70% damage resist shield or something, or 75. It was mental. It was toned down in Elite to 55%, I think. More Kashyyykin on the way for Caios23. Double Nob squad for their TodesKnopf. Now, assuming you don't just run them in together and they get hit by the same disruptive stuff, this can make it really difficult to deal with. You have 2 Nob squads coming in from different angles, and they've got Chaos Terminators to deal with. Look at this. Just massacring those guardsmen. This red debuff there is the demoralize effect of the Chaos Terminators killing stuff. Would be quite demoralizing, I think. See your friends eviscerated, literally. There's a circular missile launcher. Is he doing it? No. He was just standing a bit funny. Are you going to be Plasma Kasrkin? Yes, you... Nope. It's a Sergeant first. 25 power. He must give them the grenade, right? No, they already have the grenade icon. Why is that guy 25 power? Is all he does is speed up your... He must do something else. Is he just speed up your cap and give you another model? He's not very good, is he? At fighting and stuff. He's got a pistol and things. I don't know. I think he should do more than just stand there and make your cap faster, maybe. For 25 power, I don't know. Maybe lower the cooldown of a grenade. I thought he gave the grenade, I really did. What do I know? Plague Marines. Couldn't get the cap, or did they? Oh, they did get the cap, and now it's being decapped. Here's a Mark of Nurgle Chaos Predator with the stinky Nurgle shooty. Doing that damage over time on the ground. Less upfront damage from the shots, though. But you get tons of hit points and health regen and melee resist. It's a great tank. It's proven super popular since like a couple of months before 293 dropped. You start to see this all the time. It's funny how the meta can shift even when a patch has been out for like almost a year. These poor regular Terminators getting kind of messed up. They teleport out with a single Terminator. Double Knob Squad momentarily thought about going after them, but there's stuff to kill here. Oh, and they should have no fear from the Marines, though. Helped keep them at bay. Force Commander was also in there, level 9. But now what are you going to do? No more Force Commander, and they should have no fear will wear off soon. Those guys went down. Here's more. And Assault Terminators in play from DarkAngel. 15 VPs remaining for the blue team, though. Got some Noise Marines with a Blastmaster to help cover this northern VP. Caios23 has done a great job harassing this. I'm saying Chaos now, that's what I've gone for. Saying Chaos is going to be confusing for me. Can you hold mid, says Dishwasher. Well, what if you retreat the sluggers for no reason? They're level 4, what's going on? Oh, they just saw the Force Commander and I'm out of here. Warboss is level 6. Over 2,000 hit points on that guy. This could be bad if we let this happen. Disruption gets it done. Well played. The tank buster's there. Fury of the first company right now, says DarkAngel. Yet just Terminators and the Stern Guard veterans. Level 4 Stern Guard veterans too. 2,200 hit points when they're fully reinforced. Here's the Chaos Terminators with the Lightning Claws. Now the Thunderhammer fellas have more hit points because of the shields, but they won't do nearly as much DPS to infantry than those Lightning Claws. Down goes the Force Command. Is now buffing these guys by 40% because of the Sacred Standard and him being down. It's making a big difference. Look at the damage those Thunderhammers are doing. And that was with the Warboss helping them. They do back off when they see the Knob Squad, though. 14 to 103. Need to get those caps, fellas. Tank busters are on it. What about up here? Nothing is capping. Tank obviously can't do it, but the Blastmasters can do that. Leveled up off that. And they, in fact, wiped out those Stormtroopers. Now, these guys should be capping right now. They need to cap. They're not doing it. It's a big misplay. Heretics are trying to get there. Where are the CSM and stuff? Oh, they're in the mid for some reason. Push together in the mid, says Caios23. More Kasrkin on the way. They've done well so far. They do have... we've got plasma guns and we have grenade launchers, which disrupt on every hit, which is pretty fun. Another Blood Crusher out late game from Dishwasher. I guess that's what they could... Yeah, it's 10 pop, hey? Why not? They're still not capping. The tank messed up their pathing. They're not capping. They have a single, though, because an Ork... Yeah, some sluggers went south. Level 4 sluggers, not just any sluggers, eh? There we go, they're capping now. In fact, it's the Plague Marines that came over and told them what to do. And then vomited a bit, probably. Warboss is getting a revive. I don't think it's going to level him. Now he's got the trophy rack. Passively debuffs the damage. Is like an opposite of the Sacred Standard. And I wonder if they work as you'd think they would. Does the trophy rank just cancel out the sacred standard then? Like perfectly, unless he goes down, of course. Triple cap here for the blue team, and they've made a meal of it, but maybe they'll get there in the end. Really weird and like passive end of tier 1, early tier 2 from the blue team. Didn't get those power bashes that they should have got. It's been fun. Stone Guard need to switch out of their vengeance rounds unless they're going to shoot the tank, I guess. There's an orbital. And they're doing the right thing of splitting up the beams, as you can see. Not only do you cover more ground, obviously, but it knocks, you knock one beam's victims into the other. There's a cyclone missile launcher as well. Single cap for red. And they're capping the north, I think. Nope, something just died trying to cap the north. But they got it. It was a double at the end for red team, and they got it. Lord General completely unopposed in the south. Big misplay from the blue team to leave that. Once it was capped, the sluggers should have just stayed there. It has brought everything to the mid, and these guys could not stop this going on. How did the Blastmaster not stop the decap? I'm not sure what got it. I think it must have been Kasrikin. Got a really quick decap with their faster capping. Well, there you have it. I can't believe they pulled off that victory. I cannot believe it. Level 7 Warboss, a level 4 Plague Champion, and a level 9 Force Commander, level 7 Lord General. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.